Hello then guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all well. Now, form has taken a bit of a dip since the last episode. This is a massive episode for us. We've got one league game, one game in the FA Cup. We could do with winning them both just to boost a little bit of morale. We're still in with a chance of promotion, but form needs to turn around and turn around quickly. I think it's time for us to get stuck in, so let's run that intro. Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Roma Revolution. I'm Ben, and coming up on today's episode we have a massive league game against Exeter City, and that is followed by our first FA Cup round tie against Mansfield. Now, I mentioned in the intro that form has taken a dip, and since you were last with me for the Cheltenham and Walsall wins, we have won only 3 times. A 3-0 victory over Carlisle, a 1-0 victory in the EFL Trophy against the under-23s of Man City, and a 3-2 win over Morecambe in the league. Around that, 2 losses, 3 draws. We've not quite been able to find that early run of form that we saw in September. We're still top by 3 points. Mansfield with a game in hand over us, and therefore an opportunity to jump above us. So today is a must-win game to keep us atop the table and keep that gap between us and Mansfield, a team who, of course, we will see later on in the episode in the FA Cup, but it will give us a taste of what they might have to come up against us in the league. Now, not really a massive change to the tactic. We've had quite a few injuries. It's been a little bit of a difficult time in that regard. We're staying with the vertical tiki-taka 4-4-1-1. We've mixed it up a couple of times during the offline games, but it's not really seemed to work. So we're sticking with this, and we're sticking with McGee in goal. A back four of Wood, Richards, Everton, Casey and Mellor. Devitt on the left, that's where Pritchard is injured, and the other players who have played there have been pretty poor. Cook and Reeves in the middle, who is back from his injury. Stevens on the right with McCartan in behind. Guthrie up front, who is still scoring goals at a really good rate. We've got too many lone players in the lineup, so we're going to take Connolly out from the bench. We'll get Gibson in on the bench instead. He's still been scoring really well, as I was saying. Guthrie up front. It's just the defence who have not quite been doing their jobs and keeping the goals out at the other end. The teams that we've been drawing and losing against as well haven't exactly been teams near the top of the table. A lot of bottom half teams we've played, and a lot of teams in that regard that we've drawn against where we should really be winning. We could be easily 10 points clear at the top of this league, but we're not, and therefore we need to fight for a result today. As always, I've given the boys the faith, and let's get stuck into kickoff and see if we can turn this form around for you guys on this episode and beat Exeter, who I think themselves have had a little bit of a patchy run. They are 10th. They were up in 4th at one stage during the offline game, so they've dipped off a little bit, but a win for them would strengthen their playoff hopes that I'm sure they've got. A win for us, of course, would just help us solidify that top spot over Mansfield, who are hot on our heels with that game in hand. But 15 minutes, a fairly even 15 minutes when it comes to shots, but we've completely dominated the possession once again, and I'm going to ask for more. We're demanding more early. Can we grab a couple of goals in this game and record our first victory in 3 league games? It really is needed, especially seeing Mansfield are winning and therefore would be only 1 point behind us in the league. But we have seen absolutely nothing so far of this game, and we're not looking like we're creating that many chances. No one having an outstanding game, everyone playing fairly poorly, and the first of the game we're going to see here with a long ball forward, but Richards Everton does really well. We've got Wood at left back from his long injury, but Richards Everton loses it at the back, and Cassidy finds Jay for Exeter. That's 1-0 Exeter. It's a prime example of what's been happening whilst we've been offline. Richards Everton gives the ball away really softly. He basically just passes it to them. Cassidy then is in. Jay with the overlapping run. He's in. He's easily going to get it past McGee there. And with their fourth shot of the game, Exeter, who have not had much of the possession but are using the ball when they get it, have gone 1-0 up, and that would see us drop away from first spot. And form is taking a really, really big battering. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what I can change. The injuries haven't allowed me to be able to tinker with the formation that much, because we simply don't have a massive array of personnel in all areas. But based on this first half performance, we are going to be seeing the Bradford boys lose for the fourth time this season. And this is not looking good for our promotion push. An awful first half. Exeter 1-0 up. A goal scored in the 31st minute by then. There's only one thing for it. An aggressive half-time team talk. Can we turn this all around in the second half? Demanding more early in the second half as well. So many players having poor games. McCartan, Cook, Reeves, Steve. Most of the team are playing absolutely diabolical. We're going to go very attacking. We really, really need to get ourselves back into this game. And there may be a couple of early changes coming for us to try and do so. But can we see more of the second half? A point, it will do. It's not the ideal, but a point will do. But at this stage, despite us absolutely dominating possession, it seems like nothing's coming our way. But this is potentially our first highlight. Mellor finds Reeves, who is slow on the ball, but he's got Stevens on the right. Guthrie's in. Guthrie scores! The first highlight for us is 11th goal of the season. Half an hour to go. It's Bradford 1, Exeter City 1. And we now have a chance to see if we can win this game. A great ball from Mellor into Stevens on this right-hand side. Stevens gathers, pings it across, and Guthrie slots home into the bottom corner. His 11th goal of the season. We're going to drop back to simply attacking, and we're going to make a couple of changes to see if we can grab a winner in this last half an hour. Devitt's going to go in behind the striker, and we're going to get Jordan Gibson on the left-hand side. Callum Cook also having a really poor game. So Danny Devine is going to come on for him. And we're going to switch Reeves and Devine over in the middle. Half an hour then. Can we grab a winner that would be so key, with Mansfield winning as well? So we go a point clear. Mansfield with a game in hand. So we assume we'll be 2 points behind them in the league when everything is even. But a goal would put us 3 points clear of them again. But our goal difference would probably be pretty similar once they played that game in hand as well, if they were to grab a win. We're going to ask for some creativity. Can we find the goal? We're starting from deep, and Gibson finds Wood, who is doing well to keep it. Richards Everton, hopefully not as poor a pass as the first half. He's found Gibson this time, and that is an awful pass in seeking out Guthrie. And now there's a chance for Exeter to come at us again. And Taylor, who's got Cassidy and acres of space in front of him. Woodman on the left. This could end in a great chance. Richards Everton clears. Williams on the edge, and here it goes over the bar. And we get away with another piece of poor defending. We've not created much at all going forward, despite dominating the ball. Only 5 shots. It's a bit of a concern compared to where we were earlier on in the season. Can we find something in this last 10 minutes or so? I'm going to demand more when I can. And we're going to make one final change. Reeves not playing too well in the middle. He's going to come off, and we'll get Chris Taylor on for him. We will also go back to very attacking. I know we are drawing, but I would so dearly love a winning goal just to give us a little bit of green back on that schedule. And it would be 4 games if we were to finish on this result without a win. So can we just grab that winning goal? As time ticks by, it's looking more and more unlikely. It looks like it's going to be 1-1, but there is a late highlight, and Mellor has nabbed the ball on this right-hand side. Stevens sends Guthrie on his way. Is there going to be a chance? It's a tight angle. He scores! Curtis Guthrie with his 12th goal of the season, and what a goal it was. Stevens sent him on his way. It looked like it was going to be an impossible angle for Guthrie to score when he found himself on the byline. But he cuts back inside, and he's beaten the keeper with ease. And how important a goal could that be for the remainder of the season? with regards to the confidence of the boys. It looked like it was going to be another 1-1. Is there another late twist? Cassidy, he's in Akers, he's offside. A late scare I thought there was going to be. Cassidy was in acres of space in the middle, but it looked like he was a long way offside. Moxie with a great ball in his acres off. Great defensive line held by our boys. That looked ominous for a second. It looked like we were going to chuck away the win. But this could be a massive confidence boost and a massive goal for Curtis Guthrie, who is the hero once again. The 5 minutes of added time are up. We have had a second half performance to savour. It's Bradford City 2, Exeter City 1. I can't help but feel we've got away with one and scraped a win. But it's a good piece of form to take into the FA Cup. And that is the game you will see next against Mansfield. More injuries then have meant that we are a little bit changed for this Mansfield FA Cup game. We keep losing players left, right and centre. There's a few players as well who are kicking off because they're not getting the game time that they want. So it is a slightly different look team for this FA Cup. It's McGee in goal, back four of Henley, Anthony and Powdy O'Connor, and Mellor at right back. We've got Taylor on the left with Reeves and Cook in the middle. Stevens on the right, and McCartin is still in behind Curtis Guthrie up front. One of the players who has been kicking off is club captain Clayton Donaldson. Obviously he's not playing because Guthrie is in such good form, but it has caused a little bit of a stir through the team. So he's one to keep an eye on. If Guthrie does start dropping a bit of form, then Donaldson will be straight in. But this is a huge game. We're expecting to at least get past this round in the FA Cup. So hopefully we can go and do that here. And we'll also get a look at Mansfield, who of course are hot on our heels in the league. As always, we've got the faith in the boys. Can we go out and win our first FA Cup game as Bradford manager? It was a good turnaround in that first game against Exeter. It's given us a bit of a morale boost. So hopefully we can continue that form into today with a slightly different look team, as I say, than the one that we faced Exeter with. The two centre-backs are in as they want more playing time, and we're kicking off. Henley's in as Wood is injured. Taylor's in because we've also got an injury to Devitt. So there is injuries throughout the core of this team, and people are starting to be concerned with their playing time. But Reeves with the ball in. Is this a chance? It's bobbling about. Is it going to make its way in? It's a free kick in the end. I think there was 3 or 4 chances for us to get the goal. We didn't quite get it into the back of the net, but there's another chance for us here. Henley with a long throw. It's fallen straight to Evans and it's cleared. But Reeves finds Mellor on the right, who's surging towards the area. You can't quite cross, but Stevens gathers. Taylor can't get there. Watts. Reeves shoots. McCartin. I think that might have been the highlight with the Reeves shot, but Henley has it on the left. He's found Reeves again. We're still building. O'Connor finds Stevens with a great ball and it's a goal! 1-0 Bradford. Anthony O'Connor with a fantastic ball from centre-back to Stevens, who's running onto it like a jet plane. And it is 1-0 Bradford. What a pass this is from Anthony O'Connor. He's been out of the team for a while. Stevens hits it first time. And we've got the first goal in this FA Cup time. We're coming again. Reeves with the corner. It's well cleared and a chance now for Mansfield to break on us immediately. White on this left-hand side. He's well pressed and Guthrie steps in and wins the ball really well. He's got McCartin ahead of him. Can he find the ball across? Can he shoot himself? It's in the post. Taylor at the back post. Oh, what a chance that was for McCartin. He shot where he could have crossed, but it was a really good effort. And this first 20 minutes or so have potentially been the best 20 minutes for a little while. We're going to ask for some creativity. Can we grab a second and potentially take the game away from Mansfield in this first half? What a goal that was from Stevens. The pass from O'Connor, that will keep him in the team for a long time. Richards Everton obviously was giving the ball away left, right and centre last game. So O'Connor deserved to come in for him. And that certainly backs up that fact. Pearce then for them with a free kick. He's simply gone short to McDonald, who's gone back to Pearce. To Preston, long ball forward and it's beaten. Watts is in. Watts has got a chance. He's found Rose. This is a chance for 1-0. What a save from McGee. A really well won header. I think it was Watts twice who won his header. No one near him, and the pass through to Rose, it looked destined for 1-1. And now there's a corner. McDonald, Sweeney at the front post, heads over. And Mansfield are just starting to creep back into this game. We're going to demand a little bit more. We've taken our foot off of the pedal. We need to fully get it back on there and see if we can grab this second before half time. But it's been a pretty end-to-end first half and some really, really good chances. And we are at the moment going to go into half time 1-up. But here is another highlight. McCartan has it on the left. He goes back to Henley, who's cutting inside. He's looked for Stevens, but it's not quite get there. But we're able to gather the second ball. Stevens back to Mellor. Back to Cook, who's found a great ball to Mellor again. Taylor at the back post. It's just over the bar. Really good build-up play again from us. This time down this right-hand side. Mellor with a great ball in, but Taylor not quite able to put it in the back of the net. 1 minute of added time then in this first half. A pretty impressive first half. 11 shots, 54% of the possession, only 1 goal. We've got to guard against complacency now. And can we go out and put on an equally impressive performance in this second half? Chris Taylor struggling. The left-hand side at the moment, a position that we're struggling to have a solid option in. Pritchard obviously out injured. He would be in there every single week. So we're sort of filling that with a bit part player, but he's done okay so far. A corner, it's a goal! Mansfield has scored. Ryan Sweeney this time. McDonald with the ball in. Sweeney at the back post. McGee comes for it. He's nowhere near it. And we've come out this second half. We've not quite been as good. McGee's not even in the goal. That is a really, really poor mistake from him. And it's now Mansfield 1, Bradford City now, and the momentum very much in their favour. Are we going to chuck away the lead we gained in the first half? Are we going to rue all of these missed chances as well? We're demanding more, and I think it's time for a couple of changes as well. McGee was in no man's land. That was a really, really poor bit of goalkeeping. Chris Taylor's going to come off then. Dylan Connolly can come on to this left-hand side instead of him. And actually it's going to be a complete change on the left because Henley's coming off as well. Young Rhys Staunton, a man we identified in the first episode as having a potential future here at Bradford. He's going to come on that left-hand side. So a new left-hand side. Can they make the difference? Can we grab a winning goal in the game? We're going to ask for a bit of creativity, and there was going to be a throw, but there isn't one now, and it's 70 minutes gone, 20 minutes to go. We could do a little bit just on a fitness point of view without this going to extra time, but at the moment, based on the game, it seems to be going that way. We've had the better of it. We should be taking more of our chances really, but it is looking like now with 13 or so minutes to go that extra time is destined and on the cards. We're going to ask for a bit of passion to finish the game as well. We're also just going to make one final change. Cook not having the best game in the centre of midfield. Danny Devine is going to come on for him. Cook not having a good run again, so it might be time for a change in that middle of the park. But can we grab this winner? 6 or so minutes to go, 16 shots, 7 on target. We've definitely been the better team. I'd be confident when we face Mansfield in the league, but it looks like we're not quite going to be able to grab that winning goal, and extra time is looming. 4 minutes of added time then. Can we grab a late dramatic equaliser? I think actually it may even be a replay this early on in the FA Cup. Full time has come. Mansfield 1, Bradford City 1. A poor second half from the boys, and we're going to have a replay back at Valley Parade. I'm going to be a little bit assertive. It's a game we should have been winning based on the performance, and it's an episode where we haven't lost, but we've really, really struggled, and we've scraped a draw and we've scraped a win. But looking ahead to next time then, we'll actually play through to the next Mansfield game, and we'll combine that with either Carlisle or Morecambe, depending on how the league looks. But hopefully we can turn this pretty dire run of form, 1 win in 5, into something a bit more positive before I see you next time. But I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, and if you have, please leave a like down below for me. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager content, and thank you all for coming along and watching.